One thing that keeps repeating, this has been happening my entire career, is you get potential clients or inquiries of people, and they'll always talk about this bulldog attorney. You guys heard this term, right?
No.
Bulldog attorney?
Like it's so common. Like,
Yeah,
you're going to be a bulldog.
Yeah.
I forgot it in law school.
Yeah.
Right. And this, in my experience, is a fabrication that's been created by pop culture dramatizing the legal world, and then other attorneys capitalizing that dramatization, advertising about being the bulldog, meaning being aggressive and whatnot. And we're talking about being nice to people. I don't practice that way, period, because it doesn't do anything for you. It can only potentially help if you successfully intimidate somebody who really doesn't know what they're doing. But it's ridiculous. Let me give an example, a story, if you will. Year or so after getting my license, I was working for a small firm, and we had a client, old elderly client, and they always said that, like, be a bulldog, be a bulldog. They were elderly, 80s, 90s, and they had this business they had for 50 years. 20 years prior, they had hired a manager to come in and basically help with the management. And long story short, eventually in that 20-year period, he kind of forced his way into ownership and control this company. This company made aluminum castings for offshore drilling rigs, right? And he basically kind of shut them out. They got pissed. That's when they hired their firm to basically sue him, take back control. And really, their first claims, I came in later in the case, weren't really that viable. But through the process, I discovered that manager I was talking about, what they had to do was take a piece of aluminum, whatever, cast, and have it tested by a certified testing company to make sure it met specifications. And they either certify or they don't. What we discovered was this manager, the defendant, had a scheme with the testing company where he was basically paying them off to say that things were certified when actually he never sent the aluminum. Now, you find that out from our game over, right? Because you exposed the company to extreme amount of liability. So we had them square peg. Now, I was with a small firm. The defendant hired a massive firm, big partner suits or whatever. And both partners, a lady and a man that I was dealing with, are unpleasant. And they would always scream at you about everything. Just really aggressive bulldog, right? And I remember specifically because at that point, I offered them a nominal amount because we weren't going to recover anything from them, just to go away, give up ownership, get out.
Yeah.
And he gets on the phone for about 20 minutes, just spewing blah, blah, blah.
Who does the other attorney?
Yeah, this big, bulldog.
Bulldog attorney.
Partner. And he starts spewing a whole bunch of stuff about, I have all this experience, you know what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. You're an idiot,
familiar.
like cursing at you, blah, blah, blah. And I go,
They swear at you?
Yeah, all the time.
That wasn't me.
And so at the end of that
I'd
conversation,
be showing up at his office.
I go, yeah, so again, the offer is what it is. You keep this down this road, it's gone, and we'll just go crush you in trial.
Yeah.
And they agreed. Here's the point. When you're dealing with business or attorney, right, you win by methodically explaining your position, and I do it very calm and respectfully, and saying these are the repercussions calmly because this is what it is, and I crush everybody by simply doing that. If they are trying to take the bulldog mentality, either they don't have a case and they know it, or they're being lazy and not digging into their case.
Yeah.
Either way, bulldog singles to me, I have the upper hand. What a good opponent is somebody who does what I do, tears it apart and comes at you reasonably, and now I've got a tough opponent. So anytime you hear bulldog or somebody talking about being a bulldog, getting bulldog, that should be a red flag into you that
I'm gonna call you Joe.
Well, it's just a real thing. It's misconception.
There's
no
thing.
Jerry Maguire.
I'm a powerhouse attorney.
Listen, from my
65
knowledge,
with my
and it's not a lot of knowledge, but I think dragons do take over bulldogs, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Dragons
You breathe fire on that shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
breathe
saying?
fire. Like
Breathe
bark,
fire
bark,
on 'em.
bark, bark.
That's
What's
right.
your
They
slogan?
bark, you breathe
He
fire.
said bark, bark,
What's
bark.
your,
bark,
what's
you
your
breathe
slogan,
fire.
man? Do you have like something like a, hey,
like that.
call me, I'm fire?
I've played with scorching the competition. Or
I
that's
spit.
a good
How about
one.
this? I
Something like
spit
that.
fire like a dragon. I'm Joe Dragon.
You know why? He's like,
the dragon.
Dragon Law Firm coming in hot.
That's another good one.
Coming in
I
hot.
haven't coined the term about that. But yeah, you get a hold of me, dragonlawgroup.com, and just type
So
in
you
Joe
really
Dragon.
take this in like a competition, though, don't you? Like when you come in, it's like, you know what? You kind of pop the collar, and you're just like, okay, let me size this person up, whoever it is, woman or I got to see what my competition, and then it's like competition, right?
Well, as far as the other side, that's what I'm saying. Like the person itself doesn't matter. What matters is
the case.
And how well they are presenting that case.
I see.
That's the competition. And if
but you don't get like I'm gonna size this person up by look or by like demeanor of that person.
Not really. I size them up of how they communicate with me.
Really?
How they communicate with me.
I see.
What they're saying in their emails.
Then he knows what to work with and how to handle it.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. They do Bulldog. I've had them scream at me and I'm going to get disbarred, blah, 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 blah. And all that does is like fresh meat.
It triggers you.
Fresh meat.
It's a trigger.
Yeah,
Right?
they
Like-
think they're having this impression on me and they're having the exact negative opposite.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
calm, respectful, and I'm like, okay, I really need to check this out and really move methodically.